In the age of social media, silence is rare and privacy is a myth. One impulsive upload, one out of context screenshot, and suddenly your life is a trending topic. Today's stories explore what happens when people you trust weaponize the internet, and you're left to clean up the mess. From secret Instagram groups to viral humiliation, these confessions will make you question who's really watching and who's quietly judging. The internet never forgets. But can the people involved ever move on?
I was added to a secret group chat where my friends judged our outfits like a game. I wasn't supposed to see it, but I did. I used to think my friend group was solid. We'd been close since high school, group chats, birthday dinners, inside jokes that could fill a novel. I never felt like the prettiest one, but they always made me feel included. Like I belonged, like we weren't the type of girls who judged each other based on looks. Then I got added to the wrong Instagram group. It was late, close to midnight, when the notification pinged. Chic Committee. I assumed it was a new fashion inspo group or maybe a meme thread, so I clicked in. What I found hit harder than any mean comment online ever could. My name was tagged. Not just once, multiple times. Full body photos of me that I'd posted over the years. Screenshots, mirror selfies, even candids from stories I didn't remember uploading. Next to them, ratings, comments, critique, sarcastic emojis. Some laughed about my choice of shoes. One of them asked if I was trying to bring back 2014 Forever 21 vibes. Another said I try too hard for someone so average. And these weren't strangers. These were my friends. People who came to my house for sleepovers, who cried on my shoulder during breakups, who toasted with me on my birthday just a week ago. I scrolled, heart pounding. I wanted to stop looking, but I couldn't. The group had been active for months, and it wasn't just me. They rated all of us, every girl in the circle. Turns out I wasn't the only victim. I was also a participant, unknowingly, silently. Some had better scores. Some were roasted harder than me, but the betrayal burned just the same. I didn't say anything at first. I left the group quietly, my hands shaking. I even tried to rationalize it. Maybe it's just fashion critique. Maybe it's not that deep. But the tone wasn't loving. It was performative, cruel, designed for laughs, not insight. And then came the fallout, because someone noticed I had been added. Her name was Chloe, and she was the one who'd accidentally included me. She messaged me in full panic mode. OMG, I'm so sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. Please don't take it the wrong way. I didn't even reply. I just stared at the text, numb. The next day, 2 others reached out. One apologized. The other tried to justify it. We're just being honest, she said. Wouldn't you rather know how people really see you? I don't know what answer she expected, but I left her on read. What hurt the most wasn't even the criticism. I've had strangers online say worse. What stung was knowing that every compliment from them, from "you look amazing, babe" to "slay queen," might have been a lie. A cover for what they really thought. A placeholder between jokes at my expense. I started pulling back. Skipping meetups. Not posting new outfits. I even considered deleting Instagram altogether. Every time I saw their names pop up in my notifications, I felt nauseous. I couldn't tell if they were being real or just collecting material for the next round of snark. The trust I had? Gone. Eroded like sand under running water. Eventually, I did confront them. I posted a story, nothing directly calling them out, but enough to let them know I knew. It was a quote, "Fake friends are worse than real enemies." And then I muted them all. 2 days later, a mutual friend texted me, "So you're just ghosting now?" And that's when it really hit me. They weren't sorry. Not truly. They were just upset they got caught. That their curated world of fake support and private mockery had cracked open, and now they were left scrambling to maintain the illusion. It's been a few weeks since then. I still see them around at school, at events, online. They smile like nothing's changed. But I've changed. I don't trust easily anymore. I don't overshare. And I definitely don't assume that compliments mean anything beyond surface-level politeness. I thought social media brought us closer. That likes and comments translated to love and friendship. But I've learned that sometimes, Your worst critics hide behind the filters of people who say, "I support you, girl," right before screenshotting your life for content. Sometimes I wish I hadn't opened that group, that I could go back to believing I was surrounded by real friends. But the truth? It's better I know. Now, at least, I can start rebuilding with people who see me as more than just a fashion fail or a punchline. And honestly, that's the most freeing outfit I've ever worn.
If this has you pausing to double check your own followers list, you're not alone. Tap like and subscribe, not just to support the channel, but to stay ahead of the digital drama you never saw coming.
My roommate created an entire subreddit to review my clothes. It's oddly respectful and deeply disturbing. When I first met Josh, I thought I hit the roommate jackpot. We were both graduate students, both introverted, both allergic to passive aggression, which in roommate land is practically a miracle. We respected each other's space, split chores evenly, and occasionally bonded over late-night ramen and terrible Netflix choices. He was private, sure, but so was I. So, for the first 6 months, living with Josh was a peaceful, beige-colored blur. And then, I found the subreddit. It started innocently. I was in bed, scrolling Reddit on my laptop, when I typed in my usual username to check on a post I'd made weeks ago. But autofill suggested something strange, my full name. I don't ever post under it, and I wouldn't have even clicked if curiosity hadn't gotten the better of me. What came up was a thread, titled with my initials. Private, but not so private that I couldn't read it. And there I was, outfit after outfit. Descriptions of what I'd worn that day, how I styled my hair, whether I'd matched my earrings to my shoes. The writing was detailed, almost poetic. Today she wore high-waisted linen pants with a tucked-in slate blue tee, minimal makeup, silver hoops, effortless and understated. 8.7 out of 10. It felt like being undressed without being touched. Post after post. Blazer over a hoodie, bold move that somehow worked. The boots are doing 90% of the heavy lifting here, but she pulls it off. She doesn't know I see her like this. That line stuck with me. I closed the laptop, reopened it, read it again. The whole subreddit had maybe 30 followers, all of whom seemed equally invested in dissecting my day-to-day appearance like I was a magazine spread. Some were creepy, one called me the everyday muse, but most were oddly respectful. Too respectful. Like I was some kind of art project, not a human being brushing crumbs off her hoodie between classes. I don't know how long I just sat there, heart racing, wondering what this meant. Was it admiration? Obsession? And more importantly, how had he done this without me noticing? Because it had to be Josh. Who else had this level of access? We had no cameras in the apartment, no spyware. He never seemed the type to hide things or to violate boundaries in this particular surgical way. But he saw me every day. He saw what I wore, what I paired with what, how I walked out the door. And he'd posted about me every week without ever saying a word. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I walked into the kitchen and made coffee like nothing had happened. He sat at the table, reading on his iPad, like usual. I studied him. Every gesture felt loaded now. Was that a glance at my outfit? Was he mentally rating my sweatpants? I almost asked him right then. But the words wouldn't come. Instead, I stewed. 4 days. The subreddit updates stopped, which only confirmed that he somehow knew I'd found it. Maybe he got a notification. Maybe he'd tracked my IP. The point was, he knew. And now we were living in silence, pretending the foundation of our roommatehood wasn't built on a quietly obsessive fashion diary. I started changing in the bathroom. I avoided the kitchen when he was there. I even skipped going out with friends because I didn't want to give him more material. But here's the messed up part. A small part of me didn't feel threatened. If anything, I was flattered, seen, admired in a way I never had been before. And that realization scared the hell out of me. Was this emotional manipulation? Was I rationalizing the invasion just because it wasn't explicitly sexual or threatening? Because on paper, it was wrong. In practice, it was quiet, almost polite. Eventually, I typed out a message. Hey, we need to talk. But I never sent it. Instead, I sat him down in person, face to face. No buffer, no screens. I told him I found the subreddit. His face went pale. He didn't even deny it. I never meant to make you uncomfortable, he said, voice shaking. I just thought you had incredible style and I wanted to document it, like a personal blog. For fashion. I never posted anything private or mean or inappropriate. But you never asked, I said. He nodded. You're right. I should have. I crossed the line. He offered to delete everything immediately. He even apologized sincerely. No defensiveness. No gaslighting. He then took it all down that night. Every post, every comment. And since then, things have been weird, but civil. We coexist. He gives me more space. I wear what I want without wonder who's silently rating me. But I still haven't decided if I'll renew the lease. Some invasions don't need violence to violate. Sometimes it's the gays, the quiet ones, the ones you don't even notice until they've built a shrine in your image.
Ever felt exposed by someone who shouldn't have had that power? Hit like and subscribe. Not for us, but for everyone still figuring out who they can trust in a world where even screenshots have sharp edges.
A beauty influencer mocked my makeup video to millions. Now her fans won't stop harassing me, and everyone's watching it happen. I used to think the internet was a lifeline, a place where quiet people could finally be heard, where your skills, not your face, spoke for you. Then, suddenly, I went viral. I'm a small-time beauty reviewer. Nothing fancy, just honest, low-production reviews of drugstore products. My whole thing was accessibility. Not all of us can afford $90 foundation or have ring lights in every room. I filmed using a phone taped to my window and edited on free apps. I barely hit 3,000 followers after 2 years, but they were loyal, kind. That changed overnight. I had posted a review of a dupe concealer. Affordable, blendable, surprisingly good. My face was bare on one side, with the concealer on the other. No filter. Just me. I said it wasn't perfect, but it worked better than most. The next day, my phone blew up. I thought I'd been hacked at first. Then I saw it, a stitch from a massive beauty influencer. Millions of followers. Verified. The kind of creator who films in designer robes with backdrops that cost more than my rent. She had taken my review and laughed. Not a critique. Not even a rebuttal. Just laughed. She replayed my before and after and mimicked my tone in a fake, nasally voice. It's blendable, it's affordable, so is Drywall Babe. Her fans howled. The comments section turned into a roast pit. They dissected my eyebrows, called me Amazon filter fail, said I looked like a before picture in a horror story. My name trended on niche drama pages for a full day. At first, I tried to brush it off. She's a professional. I'm nobody. Maybe it would blow over. But the next wave hit harder. DMs flooded in. Strangers calling me facial roadkill, telling me to never film again, even emailing my job with fake complaints that I was harassing minors online, which wasn't just cruel, it was deranged. I didn't post for a week. I stared at my untouched concealer and cried. It was just makeup. Why did it feel like the entire internet wanted to peel my skin off? The influencer never apologized. She claimed it was light humor, that if I posted publicly, I was open to feedback. But this wasn't feedback. It was humiliation as content. And her fans, her army, as she proudly calls them, treat any stitch like a call to attack. I wanted to disappear. But then something strange happened. Quietly, without fanfare, a few creators I followed began tagging me in videos. One said, "Her review helped me save money. She's honest and brave." Another said, "You don't have to look like a mannequin to know makeup." They had small platforms, but their kindness rang louder than the hate. It reminded me why I started. I didn't get into beauty for clout. I did it because I grew up never seeing skin like mine on camera. Hyperpigmentation, texture, acne scars, real skin. I filmed because I knew someone else out there felt invisible too. So I posted again. Just a short update. No makeup. I still puffy. I said, I'm not going to disappear. If you're here for honest reviews and imperfect faces, stay. If not, there's plenty of filtered content out there. It didn't go viral, but it was mine. I still get hate comments. A few people tag me in her videos just to poke the wound. But I've also gained followers who say things like, "Thank you for not being intimidating. I feel seen. You help me feel okay showing my real face." That means more than any clapback ever could. I don't think the influencer will ever acknowledge what she did. To her, I was a punchline in a 60-second video. To me, it was a week of spiraling anxiety attacks and nearly quitting something I loved. But I'm still here. I film differently now, not out of fear, but with purpose. I remind myself that ridicule is cheap, but resilience, that's rare. And if my existence makes someone feel braver about showing up, bare face and all, then maybe that's worth more than 1 million followers.
Online, your story isn't just yours anymore. It's content. It's gossip. It's an ammo. A private moment becomes public property with a single tap. And the scariest part? It doesn't have to come from an enemy, a friend, a sibling, a stranger craving clout. Anyone can turn your life into a spectacle. These stories aren't just cautionary tales. They're reminders that in the digital world, exposure is currency. So here's the question. If the internet made a villain out of you, would you defend yourself, disappear, or double down? Let us know in the comments.